no more, it is Joinen, and by popular demand, we have My Story Animated Bingo, where we are going to watch a My Story Animated video, and with the help of the chat, we're gonna come up with a bingo board. It's like their favorite thing to do. So we are going to come up with all of the classics, the ones that we come to know and expect from a My Story Animated video, and we'll see if we get bingo. If we do, I shave my head. Hold on. No, if we do get bingo, do a cartwheel. If we get bingo, I'm gonna do a cartwheel right here, live, in what is nowhere near enough space to do a cartwheel. All right, chat, give me your suggestions. Super rich. Evil sibling, pretty good. Time skip. All right, fine. That is a thing in My Story Animated. I'm going to say real time skip with proper change. Hunky Spunky works better in My Story Animated because it's more obvious. It's more obvious someone walks in, they'll be glittering and everything, and it's like, oh, okay, we're supposed to know that they are the Hunky Spunky. Medically inaccurate, that's a fun one. Mean Girls, crying. You know what I'm gonna do? Particles. Oh, floating particles. They've upped their animation game so crazy, and they really want to drive it home, so they're always just chucking in particles, floating through the air. Fourth wall break. Guts to make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah. All right. Government involvement. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Blackmail. Good one. Car chase. Why not? Cartoonishly evil. Plot twist. Supernatural. Let's do that. All right. There it is. That is the board that we're going to be working with today. Let's get into it. The title of today's video is When Your Husband Discovers You're Not Normal.
They were everywhere, and we were completely surrounded. It seemed that all hope was lost. But then I remembered the phrase that my grandma had taught me so many years ago. I said it, and then my powers kicked in.
What? Oh, okay, wait. We're talking powers? Already. Supernatural. There it is. Powers kicked in. Particles. Oh, we got particles as well. Yeah, look, check it out.
Yes.
Hold on. Look. We'll probably give it anyway, but let me just see if there's any, like, I kind of meant more like atmospheric particles is what I should have said, rather than like superpower particles, but we'll see.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. An MSA fantasy story. This is the best day of my life.
Okay, all right. Yeah. First of all, exactly what I was thinking. This is the best day of my entire life. We'll see this weekend when I get married if that still holds true, but, you know, tough one. That's going to be a tough one. Secondly, that is a fourth wall break. I know what you're thinking. Best day ever. MSA. That's fourth wall break. It's already broken.
But before you get to witness me kicking bad guys' butts with my super cool powers, you have to know the full story. So, once upon a time in a
We didn't do flashback.
not so magical place.
She has trust issues.
Trust issues? How can I trust someone who forgets my birthday and uses my toothbrush for fixing his eyebrows? He even tricked me into marrying him. I was so naive back then.
Yeah, naive. I've seen that. Remember the vending machine incident? You knocked it over because your coin got stuck and then blamed me.
What? Wait, I thought we had some, like, medieval fantasy thing here, but we're dealing with that vending machine. This is like that anime. What's it? Waking up in another world as a vending machine, and now I rummage dungeons or something like that.
And what about when you babysat our neighbor's kid? You gave him cough syrup to make him sleep. And don't even get me started on the time
to make him sleep on a roller coaster. And there's roller coasters? What is this lore?
You decided to wash the vacuum motor in the sink.
Vacuum?
Okay, maybe I wasn't thinking clearly with the vending machine. And the kid needed to nap, right? As for the vacuum, it did say washable filter. How was I supposed to know the motor wasn't part of that?
Okay. I'm a little lost with the setting. I don't think it's like medieval. I guess it's just fantasy in a very loose sense. I don't know what's going on. They're having a flashback to her therapy with her husband.
Just thorough. Okay, Okay, time out. Let's take a deep breath and think of 5 reasons
Urban fantasy, yeah, but they're all wearing like old school.
why you chose each other in the first place.
We didn't.
Why don't we start from the beginning? Kiara, you go first. Okay.
Kiara.
Hi, my name is Kiara, and I'm from...
We already know that.
Let her talk. Before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe.
Oh, there we go. We got the unexpected call to action. Yeah, I will tell you my story, but just a second. Before we go back, after already going back, before we go back, like and subscribe.
Like what? Subscribe where? What are you talking about?
Stop interrupting me, Nicholas.
Okay, my bad.
Nicholas.
Please keep going, honey.
I had a happy life and grew up in a ginormous family in the countryside of Macedonia.
Macedonia.
Our
Okay.
house was tiny and packed. Living under one roof were Mom, Dad, my uncle, his wife, their 3 kids, my mom's sister, Dad's stepsister, my sister, and Grandma. Oh,
I'm just gonna say it. I feel like unnecessary details. I don't think we needed to know the full family. You had a big family. All right, we get it. Big family.
right. And our dog Bruno, 3 cats, 2 iguanas, and even a dragon.
Okay, dragon, sick. Iguanas? Why have you got pet iguanas?
My bad. That was just my nephew Marcos. You try having some
Oh, no dragon. Just a Marcos.
privacy living with all these people. We were still happy. Okay, chaotic, but happy. We were so poor that everybody had to chip in. While my parents
Hold on. That was a meme reference, right? Can we call it a meme? That slicing the bread scene. Does it count as a meme?
chaotic, but happy. We were so poor that everybody had to chip in. While my
That part right there is it's literally on a Know Your Meme website. Mickey Mouse slicing bread thinly. And it's a GIF. Gotta wait for it to restart again. And there it is. There it is. That's it. That's a meme reference, is it not? I think that counts.
my parents and uncles worked, I joined my grandmother at the town fair. She ran a healing stall, selling herbs and homemade remedies. A dash of this, and your headache will take a head hike. Since I was a kid, I loved learning from my gran.
brilliant.
She was so wise, and doing potions with her was so fun. I felt like a real wizard. Still, at first, I was pretty bad at it. It was like watching a monk.
Wait, particles? Were they atmospheric particles?
Felt like a real wizard. Still,
No. If the first ones didn't count, that one doesn't count. We're talking atmospheric particles.
monkey or a millionaire trying to make an omelet. Only 2 drops of Butolaki's essence. This is impossible. Be patient. Whenever you feel that there is no hope, just remember these words. Well, to be honest, guys,
I'm still confused about the setting. The setting seems like it's kind of all over the place. Like there's no rules. We don't have any like previous, frame of reference to like understand what the setting is here. It's like, it's kind of medieval, but it's just not.
I don't remember the exact words. My grandmother was always teaching me different words and phrases in her old language, even though I had no clue what those meant. Angelo plenus mea cusa vetrilo? What is it? Some kind of mantra or prayer? No, just the new Wi-Fi password.
Okay, all right. Now you're doing it on purpose. I know you're messing with me. My story animated. I know you're trying to confuse me. My simple brain does not understand the setting. Are we medieval or are we modern? I guess it's modern. Urban. But like everybody's wearing like old school clothes and stuff. Like everybody's wearing like medieval get-ups.
She used to tell me that she learned everything from her great-grandmother, who was the best healer in the region. You are just like me and her. You too have the gift.
It's fashion.
When I was 12 and going through aggressive puberty, some kid told me that I stank after gym class. I'll show you who stinks. So I created my first potion, which made sweat smell like a bouquet of jasmine. Then
Got him. Whoa. Way to get him back. Someone insults you? Well, I'll show you. I smell lovely. Love medieval fantasy in different time periods though. But how can it be medieval if it doesn't compute in my brain.
this is the Jasmine potion. Because who needs deodorant when you can have a magical garden in your armpits? Side effects may include dizziness, depression, hair loss, putty fatigue, extreme hair growth, temporary blindness, and bad odor. Okay, it wasn't perfect,
Bad odor? What? Bad odor?
but don't be so harsh. It was my first potion, and my Grammy was really proud of me. That same night, she
Okay.
gave me something really special. Her necklace. This family heirloom has been in our family for generations. Now, it's your turn to carry it. Put it on. Do you like it? Not really. It's like ancient and old and too ugly for me.
Yeah, it's pretty trash. Yep, looks bad. Get rid of it. I already know the time skip thing is going to be contentious because we're getting a flashback and then people are going to be like, it's a time skip when we jump back to regular time. Betrayal by the vending machine. I think we're all right so far.
Definitely not my style. Oh, what's wrong with you? Well, that's a big question. I don't know why I blurted it out. It seems like I didn't care about the impact of my words.
Right. Yeah. So they're in therapy. What does this have to do with anything? Why is she talking about her grandma so much?
But I really did. I still love it, Grandma. More coming from you. I love you. Over the years, I didn't get any better at holding my truth vomit. It was like I was a professional snitch. Whenever I saw any wrongdoing, I would report it. Like the time Marcos tried to hide the couch by turning the cushion over. What's that smell? Marcos peed on the couch. Oops. You see?
Marcos peed on the couch? Marcos, come on. What are you doing, mate? You know better. You know better than to pee on the couch. Exposition dump. Yeah, we really should have put in exposition dump.
I can't help it. That day, my sister had her first date. Mom covered the smell with talcum powder, but he sat right there.
Is your sister ready? It's kinda damp here.
Oh, just water. No, that's actually Marcus's pee, and she is almost ready. She's just finishing stuffing her bra. Kiara! I'm gonna kill you! My life was just that of a...
It seems like she's like accidentally giving herself truth serum. That's my prediction. That was actually the other side effect of the jasmine potion. Marcos says incontinence, Joinen. Don't be insensitive. I'm sorry, Marcos. I know you're trying your best.
Regular teenage alchemist, you know? But then, when I turned 16, it took a wild turn. A royal envoy visited my village.
Look, that's not the medieval buildings.
And my school organized a talent fair in their honor. I know, what an honor to watch a bunch of clumsy teens trying to perform. I'm not talking about him. That was awesome. He's my favorite so far. While most of the girls sang or...
It's not really a time skip if all of this happens in the past, right? Like, she's catching us up to speed. I feel like that doesn't count as a time skip.
Danced, I did a potion show. I was like a true wizard, creating something absolutely revolutionary. This potion can transform anybody into an amazing dancer. I need a volunteer, one that's a really horrible dancer. Come on, Principal Pandev.
What classifies an amazing dancer? Like, how does the potion know? If you're creating a potion that makes someone an amazing dancer, like, does the potion have references? Do you have to train it on material? Or does the potion somehow decide? Or is there just simply an ultimate truth of good dancing? Like, good dancing just is good dancing, and it cannot be disputed. Particles? Were they atmospheric? Were they atmospheric, or were they for effect for powers or potions or something? That's not atmospheric! That's still magic. That's magic.
Absolutely revolutionary.
Look, I'm allowed one. I'm allowed one square on the bingo board where I'm like, no, I didn't put it there for that reason. I put it there for a different reason. And I'm gonna fight for my one. I mean atmospheric, like dust that the sun picks up. You know, when there's rays coming through the window in the morning and there's little bits of dust in the atmosphere. Not when you're doing a wand trick, because the whole point was it was about the quality of the animation, where they're going above and beyond. It's not going above and beyond to do particles for a magic trick. That's expected. And if you don't do particles for a magic trick, people go, well, what did you even do? But the atmospheric particles, they don't need to be there. They're only there because they're trying to flex their animation muscles. And that's why I put it on the board. I agree with Joinen. Oh, thanks. That's rare.
On, Principal Pandev, drink the potion and feel the music. He drank my potion and then started dancing like he was in a K-pop group. After such a display of
K-pop. K-pop is the undisputed truth. If you want to know what good dancing is, it is K-pop dancing.
Magic, I obviously won the contest. However,
So K-pop also exists in whatever fantasy realm this is.
prize was more than I had asked for. Turns out, the royal envoys were not just there to admire our talents.
On behalf of the royal court, we would like to ask you for your hand in marriage, for the count.
It is tradition that the Count marries the most talented girl in all the land.
Wait,
Not atmospheric still.
what? Did I just win a marriage proposal? And if you think this is very Cinderella or another Disney princess, it's because I'm like a Disney princess.
Okay. And if you think we're ripping this story off from somewhere else, that's because, yeah, I'm pretty similar. That's because we are. We're ripping it off. It's a pretty classic story, and we're just sort of redoing it without really figuring out our setting. That's something we just sort of, we add new rules in on the fly.
Don't you dare say another word. Like I was saying, I was just like a Disney princess. I didn't want to marry some count I didn't even know. What is this, the 10th century? I was more than ready to say no, but we had been poor for so long. My father had been fired recently,
Needed
and
the
my uncle had an
cash.
accident. Don't worry, he's fine. He just fell from his hammock when he was sleeping and snoring, and he broke like 4 ribs. My grandmother's stand
Prince is
wasn't
super rich?
doing so well either. Apparently, modern people prefer conventional medicine. I'll give it a B for boring, and boo! I knew that marrying a count would be a game changer for us, like going from, so I did it for my family, under the condition that we wouldn't get married until I was 18. Still,
yeah.
I had to go to the count's
Okay.
castle, known as the Dracon Castle. Well, the place was absolutely huge, like a super mansion.
Super. We even got super. I'm calling it. That is super rich. Super rich.
It had rooms on rooms on rooms on rooms, but almost all of them were completely empty. Then I met my mother-in-law. If this were a Disney movie, she would be the wicked stepmother. Let's just say we didn't start with the right foot.
Okay. There's potential for her to be cartoonishly evil. I mean, we've got the setup.
I must say, you have a massive place. Imagine losing your remote control here. You would have to call a rescue team to find it. Or you'd need a GPS. By the way, I have a potion for removing wrinkles. I can see that.
That's real good. That's a real good one to say to the mother-in-law. That'll win her.
You really need it. Stop talking, Kiara. I beg you. We'll have the engagement party tonight. Get ready. Tonight? But my family isn't here. That's a shame. But this isn't the kind of party
Also not 18 yet. Or is that the engagement is fine, but it's more about the marriage?
for people like your family anyway. I wanted to punch her, but before I knew it, I had already been captured by the maids who did my hair, makeup, and dressed me. The final result was
Just
horrible.
like Cinderella.
I look so horrible. My hair looks like Marie Antoinette's, and this dress is the ugliest one I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's very old school, very medieval, we might say. Yeah, someone said in chat, what century is it? And I'm glad someone is not embracing the chaos the same way the rest of the chat it seems to be. Someone's with me. This is not really about the title. I mean, we still don't know. The husband hasn't had his chance to talk. What country is this? We do know that one. It's Macedonia.
That's the dress I and my mother and my grandmother got engaged in. Well, I guess not everybody has
Got
the class to
engaged
pull
in?
it off. The class? You mean the big hips, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant, I'm just more of a pants girl. Yes, I can tell that. The night came, and it was a giant masquerade ball. Everybody was so uptight that if they were noodles, they'd be straight up spaghetti sticks.
Everybody was so uptight that if they were noodles, they would be straight up spaghetti sticks. Is a spaghetti stick a great example of the most uptight noodle? How do we judge the uptightness of a noodle? Yeah, what even is that comparison? Uncooked spaghetti? Still though, uptight? Is that the word you would use to describe uncooked spaghetti?
I felt so out of place that I took the first opportunity to sneak out of there. While I was trying to get back to my room, I got lost and ended up in their greenhouse. The place was full of
Hey, there's Pokemans, there's an Oddish. That's pretty cute.
weird and exotic herbs and plants. Bingo! I started taking various plants and putting them
Oddish,
inside my dress
sneaking
when
the Oddish.
someone caught me red-handed. Or should I say dirt-handed?
Are you
Is that supposed to be a joke? Red-handed, or should I say dirt-handed? Dirt's not a color. Particles? Where? Oh,
My dress when someone caught me.
there was a
Bingo.
lens
I started
flare.
taking various plants and
Are you stealing plants?
even with the mask on, you could tell the guy was ridiculously good-looking.
Hunky spunky? Hunky spunky! You could tell the guy was ridiculously good looking. He got Bam! He got hunky spunked.
A really cool dragon tattoo on his neck and chest. I'm not stealing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. I'll give it with the particles that time. It's like, it's 50% closer to what I meant, not 100%, but I'll round up and say, all right, that counted as particles. I'll just make sure to be more specific next time. Yeah, medically inaccurate is a bit of a strange one at the moment.
Stealing them. I'm just borrowing them. I'll return them later.
Right. What are you gonna do with those anyway? Sell them on eBay?
No.
Oh, it grinds my gears. It grinds my gears. eBay.
Oh, for your information, I'm a healer, an alchemist.
Is that so? Then show me.
More
I was
oddish.
about to tell him that I wasn't
Need
some
more oddish.
circus monkey ready to perform tricks on command, but he seemed genuinely interested, and again, he was ridiculously good looking.
Definitely.
Hey, don't judge me, guys. Okay, just a small potion. We sneaked into the kitchen, and I started mixing some ingredients, and soon, bubbles of all colors started pouring out and dancing in the air.
Chat be like, particles.
That's really impressive.
I turned around, and he was right behind me. We stood facing each other, just inches apart. Okay, now you can judge me. It's my engagement party, and I'm about to kiss a random guy. We came back to the ballroom, and right then, cue.
Scandalous. Scandalous. Love interest. The love interest does not look related. The eBay for thous to purchase. Is it not the husband? Yeah, it is the husband, but she doesn't know that. So it's still, so, you know, at this point, it is scandalous. I bet there'll be a car chase. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like medieval, but there'd definitely be cars. Government involvement. Monarchy. Is a monarchy a government? Yes, a monarchy is a form of government. All right, well, there we have it. Government involvement. Not how we thought we'd get there.
To the creepy thunder, my soon-to-be mother-in-law entered. When she saw us, she smiled. Ah, so you two have officially met. Wait, what? You're Nicholas? My future husband? Nicholas smiled, but he didn't look as surprised as me. I was expecting
he
my
knew.
future husband to be a nasty old man, but Nicholas was so
It was dreamy. Wow, so dreamy.
dreamy. Maybe this arranged marriage isn't such a bad idea. Over
You live in one, you should know that. Okay, but but that's why I asked, because we have a government and it is not the monarchy. And so so it's a, you know, forgive me if it's a little bit confusing.
For the next few years, we spent all our time together. He taught me how to behave like royalty, while I showed him how to do some simple potions. Or at least how to try to do simple potions. In no time, we two fell completely in love. Once, he returned from horseback
Cute.
riding with a small cut near his neck from a branch. While I was applying the potion,
This all feels like not necessary. So the story actually is the flashback. She's like catching us up to speed, but in reality, it is the story.
to his neck. What's the thing with the dragon tattoo?
Time skip.
Over the next few years, we spent all our time together. He taught me how to behave like royalty, while I showed him how to do some simple
No. It doesn't count as a time skip. We're just breezing through time. She's literally showing us what happened over that time. That's not a skip. It's not skipping.
potions. Or at least
This is like everything you're seeing, like this happening on the screen is happening over those years. We're not skipping them. They're going quick, but it's not a skip.
what's the thing with the dragon tattoo? Aren't you too young to have a
Ooh, the boy with the dragon tattoo.
tattoo?
A long time ago, our region was separated between 3 houses. So I got it from my father's house, the House of Draco, also known as the House of Warriors.
Why does
Raycon.
your mother have a tattoo of a crow?
That's the House of Valthor, the most traditional and ambitious people. Royalty of the royalty.
Now we're getting a little bit.
And what about the third
Game of
house?
Thronesy?
Who belongs there?
Nobody. That's the House of Zoria. That was the house for people of the darkness. That's why it was portrayed with an owl. But that one disappeared centuries ago. Nobody belongs to the house of Zorya anymore.
I didn't
Okay.
say anything back then, but it was clear why his mother's house was represented with a crow. Because she was as creepy and mean as one. Really, she was so controlling and overbearing. She separated me from my family after sending them a TV and some monthly tributes. It was
So there's all these like clans and stuff, but we're also still set in the real world. So we've got like a Harry Potter style thing where it like exists, but it exists alongside the real world. I don't stand for this crow slander. Her parents sold her for a TV.
like they had bought me. Not only could I not visit them, but I couldn't even speak to them. They favored letters, you know, the traditional way.
Crying.
She separated me from my family.
Oh, crying. We got crying because there she is and she's crying.
Traditional way? I just want to tell her that Master Chef is on right now.
Not
This will
Master
take
Chef.
weeks to reach her. My house, my rules.
How does she have a phone at that time? No, see, again, I understand your confusion. There is no time. The setting, in terms of time, does not exist. There is no time. It is just a story that is happening outside of time.
Your rules make as much sense as your interior decor style. 0. A big fat flashy 0 with a capital Z.
Babe, I know she can be difficult sometimes, but she wasn't always like this. After we lost my dad, she became
So?
scared of losing those she loves. That's why she's so controlling.
Doesn't make a difference to her.
Back then, we only had each other. Now, we have you too. So I really hope our love can endure this. What do you say?
How can I say no to that? Of course, babe. What can I say? Love is my only weakness. Oh, and doing potions. Oh, and the truth. Oh, and those videos of dads giving their kids new puppies. Those are so emotional. Soon, it turns
Just really into watching YouTube videos. It gets me like I get confused every time. Every time there's some sort of mention of something modern. Parent betrayal. All right, sure. We'll count it. They traded her for like a TV. Yeah. She was saying she felt kind of a little bit betrayed. So yeah.
turned 18, and we had the biggest wedding of the century. I had never felt happier, but after that, things really went downhill. My mother-in-law got worse. She had servants follow me around, even when I went to
For a second, I thought she said she had serpents follow me around, which would be way more terrifying.
the garden. Well, granted, the garden is about 1,000 acres. More than once, I tried to lose them, but there always seemed to be a pair of extra eyes on me. It was as if she was afraid that I would run away. But run away
Cartoonishly evil? She's controlling. Does that count as cartoonishly evil?
from what? From my handsome husband or from my new castle? Something is off here. The next night, I sneaked into the reading room while they did their Shakespeare reading.
It looked cartoonishly evil. Well, first of all, we're watching a cartoon. So the portrayal on the screen is always going to be a cartoon.
Hour. I settled under a desk. For the first 45 minutes,
Wait, what just happened?
I settled under a desk.
Whoa! She's the serpent.
For the first 45 minutes, they just read, but I remained fully focused on my mission. Finally, they started talking. The time to do the ritual is here. Ritual?
Mother, how come you are so sure that the witch is Kiara's great-great-great-grandmother?
Witch? She has the necklace. My necklace? That
Oh, the
moronic
grandma.
little-
The grandma's, but Chekhov's grandma. It's all coming back around. That bit that we spent ages on at the start of the video turns out a little bit relevant.
Girl is the key to lifting our curse. Moronic? I mean, curse? My head was spinning. Oh my god, these people are completely insane. I couldn't believe that Nicholas had used me like that and was planning to betray me. I felt devastated. I need to escape right away. Before I left, just to show
I'm going to say it even though you guys aren't. Ritual? That feels cartoonishly evil. That is straight up what an evil cartoon person would want to do. Perform a ritual on a grandma? That's a classic evil cartoon move.
Nicholas how angry I was. I snuck into his room, transformed his underpants into origami, and spread red chili on all of his wardrobes. Then I jumped
Okay, but wait. What was with the underpants thing?
out of my window and tried to sneak through the garden, but one guard spotted me. Soon, I was surrounded by guards. However, I had an ace up my sleeve, my explosive powder. I
Kill him. I had an ace up my sleeve. A grenade.
just grabbed some and boom! I started running, but the guards soon caught up with me. This time, led by her. Leave me alone, you monster-in-law! At that moment, Nicholas, driving a sports car, came to
Ain't no way we're gonna get car chase. No shot.
My rescue.
Come with me.
I got in the car and we drove away. But as soon as the castle disappeared from sight, I reached
car,
into
another
my
car.
bag to grab something to get him talking. But all I got was mint leaves. These aren't just any herbs. I just have to rub it on your head and poof, you'll go bald forever. Now
What?
start talking, you liar, coward, deceit.
Hold on, did she just say they weren't magic?
But all I got was mint leaves. These aren't just any herbs. I just have to rub it on your head and
Oh, she's lying. I was gonna say medically inaccurate, but she's just lying.
poof, you'll go bald forever. Now start talking, you liar, coward, deceitful snake.
Okay, please calm down.
It turned out Nicholas believed I descended from an ancient witch who had cursed his great-great-great-grandfather after he stole her magic necklace. This
Dang.
one?
Yes, it was supposed to make him a fair and just ruler, but he took it by force, and that unleashed a curse on my family.
That's classic. That is classic. The necklace was, it was supposed to make him a fair and just ruler. That's why he stole it. It's a really fair and just move. In his ultimate display of fairness and justness, he stole it.
He tried to return it, and when that didn't work, he spread the word that your great-great-great-grandmother and her families were witches to exile them.
His great-great-great-grandfather doesn't sound so great.
Still, the curse stood. From then on, all the males in my family died prematurely, like my dad. So my mom groomed me all my life to marry the witch's descendant, the new necklace's owner, to break the curse. That
Right.
was my whole purpose in life.
Not a single car following you though. That's mainly what we're interested in. Black male?
But then I met you, and I completely fell in love.
Everything sounded completely mental, but somehow I knew he wasn't lying.
After watching how stubborn you are, my mom realized you would never give us the necklace voluntarily and planned a horrific.
Capture the girl, perform ritual, watch MSA on TikTok. Bwah ha 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 ha. That is overt. That is overt. It's not subtle. They're trying to play it off as subtle. Nah. What would be subtle is casually changing it to something else. I'm not gonna say what it is, but that would be very subtle, extremely subtle. I'm gonna go on a honeymoon soon. I'm gonna be posting photos. Get my camera out. I'm gonna be posting photos all the time. It would be cool if people saw the photos. That would be a very subtle thing to put in there and to drop and to justify to everybody watching the video.
Ritual to force you to do so. I just couldn't let that happen. I'd rather have a short life with you by my side than a long one without you.
I wonder if a car pulls up now. That's not a car chase. I'm calling it already. That's not a car chase.
Aw, trust me, these are all tales and you're not cursed. I feel it. That is an ending worthy of a romantic fantasy, right? Unfortunately, things in real life are not that simple. After escaping from there, Nicholas and I lay low for months, traveling non-stop to escape his mother. Eventually,
Wait, hold on. What was that? What did the car just do?
Nicholas and I lay low for months, traveling non-stop to escape his mother.
And 9 months later, there was a tiny car boat.
Eventually, we settled in a big city to go unnoticed and start a new life. I tried to leave the past behind, but I just couldn't.
Settled in a
I
big
felt
city.
Nicholas wasn't trustworthy. And when I hit a vending machine,
Kind of disappointing we didn't get that car chase.
the police got involved, and seeing our fight there, they advised us to see a therapist.
So that's why we're here. No matter
Wait, hold on. Why'd you start fighting? You really glossed over the fact that everything was fine.
Police got involved, and seeing our fight there, they advised us to see a therapist.
Holy moly. Okay, I'm going to fill in zipped past a very important moment because we have spent the entire video building up to that point, which was like nothing. The whole reason they're there in the therapy thing was because of that. We didn't even talk about it. It was just, oh yeah, here's the whole story. And then we had like a bit of a disagreement. And now we're here. Not the court-ordered therapy.
So that's why we're here. No matter how much I do to show her that I really love her.
Nicholas, I want to believe you, I really do. But how can I trust someone who lied for years and was about to sacrifice me as a pawn? If you want my professional opinion, Nicholas is absolutely right.
Do you think that's what therapists say? If you want my opinion, he's right. Yeah, what he said, I'm with him. You're wrong. Wrong. Nah, you're wrong. He's right. Go with it. I'm with him. I'm on his side. It's the mother? It's the mother?
I don't think you're supposed to take sides.
Right.
Kiara, you need to let go of the past and trust people. And how can I do that? Let's start with something simple.
It's gonna be the
necklace.
mother?
What? Just for a moment. Show us that you can trust. I'm not giving you my necklace.
It's the mother.
So, we are gonna have to do things the hard way.
What just came out of her nose?
Okay, so
What is that? Oh, she's going... It's going in the nose, not out of the
we're gonna
nose.
have to do things the hard way.
Mom? What the?
That's right. Don't try anything. You're surrounded. Guards came out from everywhere and captured us. Soon.
Yeah, plot twist. Honestly, I mean, it is a plot twist. We saw it a little bit early, but it still counts as a plot twist. We didn't even say unexpected. We just said plot twist.
They dragged us to an abandoned factory.
Mom, stop. Let her go.
Shut up. Bring my son to me. The guards grabbed Nicholas. I know you'll never give me that necklace. So let's try something different. If you don't give it to me this instant, Nicholas will be the one paying for it.
Mom!
Shut up, you traitor.
The bug?
I'm gonna count to
What does the
three.
bug do?
1,
What does the
Don't
bug
do
do?
it, Kiara!
2.
Is it just a bit creepy? If you don't say anything, I'm gonna put this bug on him. It doesn't bite or anything. It's just a little bit, it's a bit icky. Just tell her, please. Oh, blackmail. That is blackmail. An unsatisfying ending could do it. Unsatisfying ending, if we are not satisfied at the end, that's bingo.
Okay, you win. Just have it, but don't hurt him. After so much time, finally, I have the necklace and his power.
How could you use me like that? Would you have done it?
I would do anything for supreme power. Oh wait,
That's pretty cartoonishly evil.
not what I wanted to say. What just happened?
So there wasn't a curse to begin with? Is Kiara's ancestor a real witch?
Of course not. I made that up just to control you because I couldn't take the necklace by force alone.
Oh, okay. That was all a lie as well. Just wanted power. It's always about power. Everybody wants power. Tell me about it. So one thing I'm always looking for is power.
There was no curse, and Kiara's family were not witches, but healers. Our ancestors said that
Yeah, they're actually really good people.
to make people exile them and steal their castles and wealth. So their castle belongs to my family? And all this time we've been
Yeah, obviously you guys were the clan that was shut down. We saw that coming from a mile away.
living in a mouse house? Why do I keep telling the truth? And that's when it hit me. The necklace has real powers.
Oh, right. I said truth serum. I suggested maybe it came from the deodorant, but it was the necklace. I said it. I called it.
But it isn't blowing people
Cross it off on the list. That's what you guys do. Whenever something happens, they're like they're just spamming it in the chat, and it's not even on the board.
up or firing laser beams. Oh my gosh, that is the real power of the necklace. To be a true, fair ruler, the wearer can never tell a lie. No wonder I couldn't
Right.
stop telling the truth and snitching on people when I got the necklace.
Got it.
I'm gonna end you too, right now. She raised her arms and began to gather strength. The earth seemed to move and
Wait, but it also gives you power. So you just got to be super truthful, but it gives you power. But you can also just take it off. So you could just put it on when you want to use the power. And the downside is you'll just be truthful while it's on.
lightning began to fall from the sky. However, when she tried to use her powers, nothing happened. What's wrong? The legend says this should give real power to its owner. You're not the real owner of the necklace. You're
Seems like semantics.
right. I'm not. Not as long as you are still alive. Guards, do it yourself.
How does it know who the owner is? How does it determine that? Is there a passing down ritual? Like how does it know?
So this is where we were in the beginning. The guards were everywhere, and we were completely surrounded. It seemed that all hope was lost. Then I remembered my grandma's words.
Whenever you feel that there is no hope,
Oh yeah, grandma's words. That's right. Yeah. They're gonna be very important.
just remember these words.
Still, I
Oh. Okay.
couldn't remember the words. What the hell was it? I just started shouting everything that came to my mind. Carpe
All the
diem,
words.
Avada Kedavra, Hakuna Matata, say hello to my little friend. Nothing worked, and the guards were almost almost on us. Nicholas put himself in front of me to protect me. The thought of losing him opened something inside me, and as if I was possessed, I screamed, "Agape Basilive!" After that,
Okay. The thought of losing him made your memory real good.
everything went haywire. The necklace flew off my mother-in-law's neck
Shakalaka.
into mine. When I had it with me again, I felt a violent current of energy run through my body. It's hard to explain, but it was as if I was part of the earth, part of the air, and I could control it as the guards lunged at us.
So she became the Avatar.
A mere flick of my wrists sent them hurling through the air. Soon, I found myself suspended in midair while lightning bolts crackled around me. Nicholas grabbed a sword and helped me defeat them. Not that I needed much help, honestly. When all the guards were either defeated or had escaped, I went back to normal. Nicholas ran to me and hugged me with a smile.
He hugged me with a smile.
Remind me to never make you mad.
My mother-in-law was crawling to get away, but we caught her before she did. Disagreements are normal in any family, right? Yeah, right. We put her in prison so that she would never hurt anyone again. And then we moved to our castle. Of course, my family came along. There were so many of us that even there we were cramped. But we didn't care. You know what they say. True happiness is about being close to the people you love.
We got bingo! We got bingo! Which means it's cartwheel time. I'm actually kind of worried. I'm kind of worried for this. There is just no space. There is no space. Also, my camera angle's so tight, it's hard to see anything. All right. Like a tumbleweed. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one.